right, good morning all. This is Tuesday, day after Memorial Day. Everybody's got that holiday drag. We're headed off to Silver Spring to show the office to a lady. I think she wants to expand. My office neighbor, she has a mental health practice right next to me in Laurel, so she's gonna meet me in Silver Spring. This week is gonna be interesting. We have doing some more video shoots for one of my realtor friends, which should be fun. He has 2 listings, one in Columbia he wants me to shoot, and then the other one in DC. And so we're gonna try to take care of those. We need to get a lawyer to expand to Canada and the UK. We're looking at the bill that President Trump is passing. I'm not going to be political here. I'm just saying, looking at it, the Congressional Budget Office estimates between 800 and some major cuts to Medicaid. Right? I can't, off the top of my head, I can't give you the exact numbers. Right? But right now, we're just going to try to do a little bit of shift so we're not so heavily dependent on it. So we're going to be doing Texas. Well, we're still waiting for Texas. Florida. Florida is not heavily Medicaid dependent. It's Medicare. Think of it, the care, what's the difference? Medicare is for the older folks. We're headed to UK next Wednesday. Right, so that should be fun. Got to also hire a new mentor, right? Might try to combine the two, where we are hiring for a mentor and somebody that can do an IV drip. We want to get into the IV hydration business as well, right? So yeah, so that's kind of where we are right now, and we'll update y'all when we get to Silver Spring. Thank you. All right, so we're at the Silver Spring office. Just talked to Felicia. She didn't want to be on camera, but essentially we were talking. She has some Spanish-speaking clients, and she wanted to see, they live about like 20 minutes, maybe like 10, 20 minutes away from here. And so we're gonna try to link her up with a therapist, and see how it goes. It was a quick meeting. She didn't want to be on camera, as I said. So now, in order to beat traffic, we're going to shoot back down the Laurel area. Maybe I'll do a shoot in Columbia. And call it a day. Thank you. All right, so we are here at my buddy Greg's listing. He wanted us to film this. This is one of his new listings here. Let me see, what is the purchase price for this? I'll get the purchase price, but $539. Yeah, $539 purchase price, and let's take a look. Living room, dining room area. Nice little deck. 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath. All right, let's take a look downstairs. Oh, this coat closet. Half bath. No, let's go. Bath. Living area, the outside. primary. Nice walk-in closet and a restroom. Linen closet. All right, so we just finished this showing here. I think it's good. As they said, I haven't looked at the console. What I've said is overpriced. I think we have one right down there that is selling for what, $75,000. A couple tens of thousands of dollars lower, which that's your comp. So, or I think that they said it has sold. So that's gonna hurt your comp. I mean, decent. Was a 4-bedroom. Water pressure was a little bit low. If you're looking for a starter home, you want me to negotiate that, we can definitely work on it. You know, hey, we'll negotiate the price down to you. If you like this, DM us and we'll underbid. The longer it stays on the market, the better it is. Thank you all.
Yeah, so there were a lot of pros and a lot of cons, in my opinion. A lot of pros where there's really good natural light, floor-to-ceiling windows, definitely really good like natural light in every single room. It doesn't matter what room you're in. Cons, not much privacy as far as neighbors go. It's very like compact. That's expected with townhouses, but it was a little bit more than what we're used to seeing. Another con, backyard was pretty small. Deck was pretty nice. You can decorate that up, but yeah, those were a few pros, few cons, but overall great house. Great townhouse.
Yeah, these last 2 days it's been raining, so we haven't really been vlogging much, but today, you know, we're gonna go out there, especially for some real estate shoots. But, so an update. So we registered a company in the UK, Lartey Welness Group, LTD Corporation. Worked with a company, actually, trying to figure out what that company is. It's Your Company Formations in the UK. They do everything online. You fill out your thing, who your shareholders are. They give you a virtual address. You use their virtual address, and they submit everything to the company houses. I guess that's the government agency in the UK that is responsible for setting up the company, right? So it's better to work, because I'm not a UK citizen, it's better to work with an agent, registered agent. So you pay a couple $100, maybe like $500 or so, but they take care of everything else. We submitted the forms on Wednesday already. You know, it was approved today. I got all my documents, company number, so that was good. I definitely highly recommend them, right? Your Company Formations, that UK. You do everything online. They are actually, you got to verify your address as well. So you got a little app that you do to verify your address. They sent everything to me today. It's very, UK, I would say it's highly regulated and it's heavily taxed, but their systems like work. It's kind of like the US, right? Did that, hired an accountant, or went in contract with an accountant in the UK, because there's some like forms that you have to fill out. UK is highly regulated, and I don't really want to deal with all those regulations, so The accountant, once we start making some revenue, she's gonna take care of that. Today at 1, we're meeting with the lawyer from Canada. $100 an hour, man, ridiculous, highway robbery. But you know, we're gonna try to open up a company in Canada as well. Yesterday, we met with the New York Mental Health Agency. Man, they had like 10 people on the call, right, from their agency, opened up a clinic. Basically, they said, look, it's a lot of work, a lot of regulations, a lot of stuff. They said, look, it's not like work. It's not for the faint of heart. So then after yesterday, I was just reviewing documents. They have a bunch of policies, right? What they don't know is we're CARF internationally accredited. CARF has like over 1,000 points that you have to, standards, right? They have so many standards and so many policies, right? So now essentially I have to start like a policy team within our administration, right? Because we're looking at, again, New York, a bunch of regulations, a bunch of things to get you in trouble for, right? That's why I've hired that. I've hired a paralegal from Upwork, Mohammed. He's trained in the UK, so he's a UK barista. They call lawyers baristas, which is, you know, so he's good, he's on it. We're trying to, going back to the UK here, we're trying to impanel or if we hire a psychotherapist, right? So if we hire a psychotherapist in the UK, that's actually an unregulated field. Psychotherapists and counselors, well, specifically psychotherapists, if you call yourself that, there's no license required from the government. So it's unregulated, so it's an open market. Here in the US, yes, there is a license. You gotta go through plenty of stuff, right? So that market's gonna be good. So that's gonna be exciting. It's good, right? Because I got the New York thing going on. My master plan is that we are trying to get ahead of anticipated Medicaid cuts, right? I know Trump's bill, I'm not gonna get political here, but you know, changes to Medicaid, we're anticipating a cut. The federal government funds helps the states with some of the funding. We're anticipating cuts to that, so there's going to be cuts. We don't know how that's going to impact the business, right? Let's say you're going to experience a 20 or 30% cut. No problem. Can you get that 20% elsewhere, right? So we're going to try the UK. We're going to try Canada. Those places, I don't know their thing. I don't think they're doing cuts. I mean, I know their national health system, pretty much a free health system. You know, I think that's up and running. I mean, whether it's going to go back, you know, bankrupt or not. And then also get some New York Medicaid as well. They have a big population, like New York City, like 8.1 million people, right? So even if they do cuts, taxes are so high in New York, right, that I don't think it's gonna be impacting too much. So we're gonna get some clients off of there, then also expand our presence in Florida and Texas. Emily, our therapist that was in Hong Kong, I've sent her an email. I'm trying to get her to work for me in the UK and Canada, because I think Canada, it's kind of relaxed as well, right? So actually Canada, UK, and Hong Kong, right? So right now we're just doing an expansion pretty much so that we're saying, hey, if we do get cuts, you've grown so big, you've increased in market share or just volume that the cuts shouldn't impact you. You know, you're not relying solely on one thing, right? So right now it's just about sustainability. It's about just getting, you know, your ability to weather tough times, you know, through God, through Christ, everything's possible. So that was good. So we'll check in later. Yeah, so just telling Randy, man, I think right now I'm in like a manic phase. We should do a case study on me, right? Basically, I call it my manic phase. Past 2 days, I've just been on the grind working. A couple of reasons. One of the things too is I realized for me setting deadlines is really, really important, right? Next week, we're gonna be going out of town. I'm gonna be there 2 weeks. Rainey's gonna be there 1 week, right? So I'm trying to line up everything before we go so that I have a clear mind. I'm not trying to balance everything. But if anything else happens, that's why I hired Randy, right? So once he comes back, I think we got some flyers that we gotta distribute, some business cards, et cetera, right? So, and yeah, like a manic phase, I've been telling Raina I'm waking up at 6. Today I woke up at like 5. Basically just wake up, do some morning devotional, and then hit the ground running. So right now we just have a lot of paperwork and a lot of research. That's not really my strong point. I mean, I do like it, but I can get lazy at times. So again, I hired paralegal, might hire some more just to help me out so I'm not bogged down, because in the business, like, I have to just delegate a lot of stuff, because when I work on it, then my job really is to ensure that we're focused on growth, right? So if we're not focused on growth, if, you know, revenue's not coming in, and we're focused on growing new areas, growing new businesses, hiring, growing, getting clients, et cetera, then it's not going to be good. So yeah, I think in the future I'll have one of my things, we talk about my manic phase, right, where I can just get things done, and then I have a depressed phase where I just don't feel like doing anything, man. I don't watch Netflix, but I watch a lot of YouTube. Just do that, like, especially like, so this weekend I might just crash hard. Right now I'm just running on fumes, but I'm trying to get some content created so that they'll have stuff to continue posting, right? So that's the goal. Still doing intermittent fasting. Yeah, we're in the Laurel office right now. We're about to go see places. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm hungry. So, but we'll hold off for a little bit. The weekend's coming. I still gotta get, my wife told me we gotta buy suitcases. We still gotta do all of that stuff, right? So, but it's fun times, I got my paralegal working on now. It's good. And yeah, we're gonna keep going. So we'll check in later. We'll do like a day in the life of today. Definitely try to give y'all as much as possible, right? Especially on seeing houses and doing that. And we're gonna do check-ins before and afterwards and things of that nature. So all right, so yeah, man, we have a lot of great just touch points for today. So yesterday when we met with, we'll call it their Department of Mental Health, right? The New York Department of Mental Health. They were saying that it's a big lift, right? And we said, we wanted to get everything up and running by October. The lady laughed. I mean, she didn't laugh like in my face, ha ha ha, but she said, you're crazy. You're not, it's a lot of work, right? Because they want you to get data. They want you to, first you got to do like a market analysis, right? You know who I'm gonna have to do the market analysis? If I'm not doing it, who's doing the market analysis? Randy's back. Randy's gonna be doing the market analysis, right? Why? Why do they make you they want you to look at like wait list, call them, talk to the various departments, do this. I mean, it's just like, you do a lot. Like, they want you to do a lot, and I understand. And but now my goal is to can we actually submit our application within 1 month? Maybe 2, since I'm gonna be out in the UK, but I was just talking to Randy, I was like, when it's your company, I like my deadlines, right? Right now, I realize that, like, I hate other people's deadlines when they put deadlines on me, but if I put a deadline on myself, it motivates me, makes me work hard. You're just focused. And right now, I'm really, it's really about like managing the resources, right? And one of the best things that I do is find great talent at really good rates. Right, so like the paralegal, they trained in the UK. I'm paying $10 an hour. Here in the US, I mean, that would be like, you're talking about like $100, $150 an hour. Well, maybe not for the paralegal, maybe for a lawyer, but still, right? But it's basically a trained lawyer, which is amazing, right? So one of my biggest talents is getting that overseas talent, training them, putting the systems together. Yeah, but back to New York. It's just basically, a bunch of stuff, right? We're doing so that's the goal, to see, can we submit our application within a month? It's gonna be a lot of work. It's definitely gonna be a lot of work. It's not for the faint of heart. But I looked at it last night. I'm just like, okay, we have all the policies, right? It's just putting it how they want it, doing New York specific things. We definitely have our work cut out for us. So like basically right now I have too much on my plate. Yeah, I have way too much on my plate, and I'm gonna sit there today and just map out everything. So essentially, actively right now, we have the recruitment contract where we're trying to find a senior DevOps guy for my buddy's company, right? He hired us to do that. So I got RJ working on that. And then in our own company, right, we are looking for a full-time female mentor because we're full. So now we gotta get the female mentor going on, right? We got a part-time male mentor. He's gonna be helping out undergrad from like University of Maryland, Eastern Shore. Gotta send him out the contract, but my contract person, Carrie Ann, she's out. This is her birthday weekend, so she's flown to Delaware, so I might get my paralegal to do that, right? I gotta map that out. We're also recruiting for the IV business, our IV hydration business. I gotta get a medical director. We gotta do a medical director. We gotta get RNs who actually do the IVs, right? And then get the medical director to do all of these things. So RJ, within Lartey, a lot of times what y'all don't see is there's a lot of support, right? So we're doing a lot of functions of big companies within our own company, right? So we have like our staffing, like I call it, like right now we're just the kings of staffing, right? Not, who's gonna do the work, what can I get done, what investments can I make? So it's just not on me, because when it's on me, I don't want to do it. I get lazy. I'm lazy these days. Like not lazy, but it's just certain types of grind I don't like. And I realized that about myself. And so, but now I hire to support the weaknesses, right? So back on there, so we're hiring within ourselves. In addition to hiring, right? Then now we have to see, right, we got the UK element, right? We're doing research to find out, okay, hey, we got the company established. Now, can you go hire a psychotherapist, right? I sent an email out to my former intern, hey, you wanna do it? Because she speaks Mandarin. UK, because it's an unregulated industry, that means it's good where you don't need licenses, but it means the market's gonna be oversaturated. So what's gonna be your differentiating factor? I wonder how many Mandarin speaking psychoanalysts there are, right? So we're gonna do that. We got that going on. Gotta train the male, life coach, right? So he can start groups when we get back. We'll probably start the art therapy group. Then we got to do the marketing for that. I need to hire a Google's ad person to optimize my ads. So I know how to do ads. I definitely know. I just don't want to. It's one of those things where I don't really like doing it like daily, right? So now, like I said, I'm about to map all of these things out and really just figure it out. I'm on my second cup of coffee. Day in the life of Friday Flow. I went to sleep really late last night, just looking up policies and stuff like that. And I drank coffee late, which was terrible, right? But right now I'm just trying to plan out the rest of the week. Again, we got a couple of projects that we're gonna be juggling. So really just plan it out, going to Trello, put everything up there. Now I'm gonna put on my project management hat. I'm waiting for an update, so you'll get an update from my paralegal that we hired on the UK, adding a provider to the National Health Service. He's doing some research for me on that one, so that'll be good. And just planning, right now it's just gonna be just full on planning, project management, figuring out task. See if we can get last minute hires. Wonder, should I do hiring in what's it called? Should I do hiring in London as well for some therapists, right? So got a call with the Canadian lawyer at 1. And we're just gonna be doing a check-in, day in the life of. Right now, Fridays, It depends. Fridays is usually in the field day, so we'll get out in the field here shortly once Randy, doing some uploading things, which is important, right? And today we might be grinding Friday, right? Because you gotta. Again, I haven't really got a lot of content. Didn't really get a lot of good content, but we will look at some going shows. I'm thinking today, if I fast till 5, I usually treat myself to Indian food. I don't need it, but Randy said he's you fasting?
I'm not fasting, but my friend actually wants to get Indian food today. We're going to Mintleaf in Cockeysville.
Okay.
And I've never been to that restaurant, so it's funny you brought up Indian food. That's what I'm gonna eat at 6 today.
Yeah. So. What you getting? Some lamb tikka masala?
We're gonna see. I looked at the lamb tikka, funny enough. Yeah, you know things. You know a lot, so just staying hydrated till then. Yeah, I'm playing.
Cold press?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. There we go. Randy putting it up. Tell us what you've been working on so far.
So far, LinkedIn posts, and then the week in the life of vlogs. And then we have 3 long form contents that are going up this week, so just waiting for the thumbnails for that. So staying busy, reviewing content. A lot of videos that have to go up short form, so reviewing, making sure which ones go on which platforms. So yeah, a lot going on. Fun
Tell us what
stuff.
you got planned this weekend.
This weekend, it's a busy weekend, so I actually have a shoot. I have a graduation shoot at Notre Dame, and there's a few festivals that I may stop in. I may not, we'll see. Also Sunday, he told me about the Greek festival, so I might, Annapolis Greek Festival, so I might stop by there. Also got things to do at church, AV, audiovisual, sound. Yeah, packed weekend, but good weekend nonetheless.
We are just we're trying to grind, man. Cause we know we got that Wednesday. You got that Wednesday. So, man, my internet here at Laurel is terrible. Right? It's only like 30. Yeah, only 30 megabytes per upload speed. So it's terrible. Called Comcast. They're coming on Tuesday. Give me about 300 upload and like a couple gigs download, because we're gonna be working pretty much probably from Laurel. My kids last week of school, so when we come back, I can't be working at home. 3 kids home, y'all know, girls, daddy, and summer, So this summer, I told Randy we're just planting seeds right now. I've already done my local hiring, right? For September. So I got like 3 full-time therapists that we're bringing on in September, right? Locally in Maryland. That's a lot to bring on full-time, right? So we'll probably take a little bit of dip. And then, so right now it's just our international expansion, with that plan. We'll check in. Maybe we'll do like a check-in like every 30 minutes or so. Just planning. Right now I'm just going to be putting on my project management hat and getting that stuff in. Again, second cup of coffee, black, straight black. If I haven't had sleep, so if I do the creamer, that sugar is just gonna give me a head rush and it's gonna, give me a headache. So, we'll check in though. All right, Friday flow. We got Johnathan here. Yeah. He pulled his executive thing, man. Yeah, Dr. Johnathan, man. What's in there?
So right here, I'm just sticky notes, very valuable. These so I can keep up with paces, keep up with patients, important things, important and urgent, need attention, everything.
Okay, everything. All right. He's got a little system.
Yeah, I'm making a little system and stuff like that. And then confidentiality, put that right
There you go. All right, I like it.
So I've been doing a lot of organizing, right?
Okay.
So I just got a lot of these tabs of all the stuff that I have.
Tell us what this is like some of the tabs.
So intake, assessments, and screenings. I did this. I don't think I shared it with you yet, but this is something that I collected. I drafted. And
Okay.
one of the things that we do, one of the first things we do is a biopsychosocial assessment. And I don't know if y'all know, but we use therapy notes for our platform. And one of the things we do is a biopsychosocial assessment. One thing I noticed quickly is once you start typing on therapy notes, everything, that whole little information that says like for every category, that stuff disappears. So what I did, I copied all that down, I made a draft of it, and I use this as a reference. So this right here is what I use a lot of my, when I do intakes and stuff like that. This right here is information I collected for like different session techniques. Like this is something I learned from my last job that I had that I'm using so I could get organized. And this is one thing I learned in school that I'm gonna draft up as well.
Okay, tell us like some of your frameworks that you use.
Some of my frameworks, I'm eclectic. So I'm kind of like when you go into a garage and you have all the tools, because it's better to have it and not need it, neither not have it. But I'm real more into CBT. I'm more into existential therapy and things like that. DBT is one of the things I'm learning about more for people who have way more severe kind of symptoms and things like that. Adlerian counseling and things like that when it comes to people and their family constellations and stuff like that. What else? Gestalt psychology is something that I'm working to get into a little bit more and things like that. But that CBT is very significant because a lot of the people, a lot of our clients and stuff like that, a lot of things I'm learning in my short time of doing therapy is a lot of people, they could stand to improve working with communication. Communication is very important. A lot of us don't know how to communicate when we're emotional or we feel insecure, things like that. So I have this folder right here of a lot of things.
What's in that folder? Tell them what's in that folder.
This folder is my stress, trauma, and emotion file. So in this folder, I have a lot of things that's related to emotions. Like one of the things I reference is average childhood experiences. So one of the things I talked about the other week, I had time to have a talk with people, and a lot of times parents will say two things, especially like in the DMV area: fix your attitude and you're getting on my nerve. And when we talk about average child experiences, sometimes we invalidate children's experience of being stressed. And fix your attitude is another way of saying fix your mood. And that's a whole different issue in getting the moods. And I have my own way of looking at mood disorders and how that starts to form. But I think some of it starts from parents saying fix your attitude and not saying how you feeling, do you want to talk about it, what's your issue? So, and a lot of things I've been focusing on too is trauma. One of the things I want to do when I graduate is get my certification in trauma therapy. Because a lot of people, we don't really understand the nature of trauma as much as we should. And trauma could be as small as going to the dentist and having a bad experience, or going to the barbershop and having a bad experience. Like now we have people, why you grow your hair? I don't like going to the barbershop. Why don't like going to the barbershop? I don't know. But you was 4 or 5, somebody zipped you up real bad. So. Even dogs, like people who have issues with small dogs and they're like 4 or 5 years old, get chased around by a dog and they don't like dogs at all. We don't understand trauma as much as we should. So that's one of the things I focus on too. And stress. So that's some of the things that's in this folder. But I've just been trying to get organized and stuff while I've been here because I'm learning more and more how demanding things are, and I'm working on meeting these demands. Oh, I got this too. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show you real quick, Frank. I got this now. I'm working on reading.
Flyer on anger, judgment, and decision making.
Yeah. So.
Tell them, give us a snapshot of that.
Anger is an emotion. Actually, let's see. It's one. Anger. I use when I talk to my clients because a lot of my clients find themselves dealing with anger. What is anger? Anger is an emotional response to a perceived threat, injustice, hurt, or frustration with a desire to confront or damage a supposed source. The key word is perceived. And when I think about perceived and I think about anger, I also think about anxiety. Because anxiety is the perception of a worry or like a feeling of danger, but it's perceived. And the thing about perception is reality, but your perception can be wrong. You can fool yourself into things. So sometimes when people are angry and they're being unreasonable, they're angry and they're confused. A lot of people are angry because they're confused. Some people don't not express confusion that will say turn into anger. Because some people, they perceive that something's going wrong and they're in danger, or they perceive something's not going their way and they're being disenfranchised, or someone's being offensive. So working through these things and stuff like that, one of the things I realized that early on about emotions is that a lot of people don't have a lot of words for the emotion that they feel. So sometimes it's hard to help and talk to somebody when they don't know how to express how they feel.
Sorry to cut you
So,
off.
yeah.
About to meet with the lawyer from Canada.
Oh, wow.
He's gonna do the thing, but once you're done, you can just do a snapshot. We're doing a day in the life, so I'll be over here.
Okay, so that's the whole spiel about things I'm doing. Also in here, as how Frank talked about, I have notes. I have notes right here that I've been using. Boom. So this is like what I've been studying about different theories and stuff. It's things that I know. I'm gonna close this. Confidentiality. So let me see. I have this that I've been using right here. For therapy and stuff. It's different understandings of different therapies. Another one that I use that I haven't really expressed that I use, not only behavior therapy, but reality therapy. Reality therapy and choice therapy. I got this book that I've been reading called I Didn't Know I Had a Choice. Real good book, real good textbook. And what else? Yeah, I use this too. I use this a lot. This is one of my tools right here. Yeah, it's called the Eisenhower Decision Matrix, right? And it helps with prioritizing. A lot of people, they get confused and have a whole bunch of stuff. Imagine all this, right? Unorganized. It's just a big glop of things, right? A lot of people could improve by applying their discipline into ways where they have structure. And structure helps because when you need to be organized, you need to be efficient and effective. It helps you with categorizing things and helping you get, effectively to solve an answer or get to things. Because another thing that really affects the idea of stress is people's perception of time. You feel like you don't have no time, you're rushing. Oh my God, speaking of time. I gotta go, guys. I appreciate being able someone to, see what I'm working on, how I'm doing and stuff like that. Frank got stuff going on. I got stuff going on. We working. We ain't playing. So.
Okay. All right. Cool. How soon can you have it all? Sorry about that.
No worries.
How soon can you have it all done?
Based on my capacity right now, I could probably have you federally incorporated in the next week or two, if that works for you. Are you looking to expedite it, or?
Week or two is fine. That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, we don't gotta get out. All right. Also, I just got done talking to the lawyer. He said I can register federally. So in the Canadian system, they don't have like LLCs or anything. They have like a federal incorporation and a province corporation or provisional corporation. And I was reading online to incorporate federally, like your directors, like 25% of them had to be like Canadian citizen or so. He said, no, you can actually register as a US company. You don't have to do that. So he said that applies if you're doing if you're trying to get like Canadian grants or special tax incentives and things of that nature, right? So I think it's pretty straightforward. So essentially here, trying to be cheap, I shouldn't, but it's gonna charge me like $1,000. I paid $100 for the consult already, and so then he'll apply that towards, so $900. I think it's just a click of a button on the, or a couple of questions on the website. Now what I'm thinking of, or I think you have to go through like an agent or so, what I'm thinking of is that let me check with my my legal guy to see, hey, look, figure out how to do this. Can we do it ourselves? And then he'll do it, draft it. Hey, this is the website you go to. We'll do it. Save us a couple $100, right? So, yeah, I'll get that. Or there's another legal guy as well on Upwork that's a little bit cheaper. That this is 2 hours, 2-3 hours worth of work, right? Do the research, get it done, and so. Yeah, so I'm actually about to call my legal guy right now, figure out what he's working on. So let's, I'll be in touch. All right, cool. Talking to legal. Hey, Ahmad. Hey, I know you're probably tying up some things right now. Hey, also research, open up a federal corporation in Canada, registered federally, see if you can do it. We want to do Lartey Welness Group federally in Canada. Let me know the website, and then let's see if we can, knock this out on Monday as well. So we can, I'll give you the info, see what info that we're going to need to open up federally in Canada, right? So then we can open up the company federally in Canada as well, right? So do that research, and actually let's go execute as well, right? Thanks. So yeah, so with the guy, that's why I hire these guys, right? Like, it's not that I can't do the research. It's not that I don't know how to do the research. It's just that time, right? Right now I'm just trying to buy some time back, right? So with the UK thing, right? Like, it was a great deal. It was like $500. It was like, let's say $500, right? But that saved me so much time in dealing with this, dealing with that. This one, I'm just trying to save time. Whereas if they've done it before, I don't know if Muhammad has done it, but if not, there's another lawyer. They said, hey, they're good. Let's look into it and get them, up and running. And then the next thing would be to credential with the Canadian health insurances. So right now, Veronica, Spanish-speaking customer service rep for us, because we run our own call center. Right now, it's a good problem to have, right? We're getting referrals from our Spanish counterparts, right? And right now, we have 2 Spanish-speaking therapists, right? A male and female. The female, she's in our downtown Silver Spring office, she's full, so she can't really do any more in person. With the Spanish population, what we've been noticing is they actually do want a lot of in person, right? And Frederick is too far, right? So this is the choice to have to make, right? The easier option is to call the guy in Frederick and say, hey, Chris, guess what? You're coming to Silver Spring one day a week, right? Which is a far drive. That's a hike, right? But hey, we'll reimburse you for your gas. Come in here one day a week. Take care of all of these, clients, right? One option. The second option is to just say, okay, hey, maybe we do part-time, right? Try to find a part-time therapist to handle these things. I don't know. Why can't they just do virtual? Yeah, just do virtual. That's where we are. It's gonna be tough, but okay. We'll let you know. Let me put that on my list of never-ending to-dos, and we'll talk. All right, thanks.
Hello, friend.
Hey, RJ, you on the vlog? All right, how's it going with the hiring the IV and the mentor?
Okay, so I just finished my call with another applicant for the DevOps, right? So
Okay.
For that, I actually referred one passer to invite to grow higher. So it's, one of 2. For the travel mentor, the last one I spoke with was a while ago, 11 o'clock. So far, I only have 2 who were invited to apply with us. For the travel nurse, second, only 1 was invited so far.
Okay. All right. So the ones that weren't invited, what are you seeing? It's just their attitude. They don't have a bubbly personality. Like, what are you seeing?
Yeah, that's one of them. The others are actually not needing the year of experience, especially experience doing infusion and intravenous therapy.
Okay. What about the mentor?
For the mentor, give me 1 second. There are actually 2 who are unreachable. I already sent text messages, but I still
All right, let them go.
not getting a response.
Yeah, let them go.
Right. For the other, give me 1 second. The other candidate, she sounded like a street teacher. She said she was a teacher, although she's really confident that she can handle the job. But I think the client will not be able to handle the kind of attitude. So I think mark her X on LinkedIn.
Okay.
But you can let me know if you'd like to reconsider that.
So right now, my goal is to, while I'm away exploring London, I'm trying to cheaply as possible duplicate myself, right? So of all the tasks I'm supposed to be doing, I'm trying to get a team together, right? Assemble a team quickly to do those tasks, right? So one of the major ones is this Canada thing, right? And then I got RJ with recruiting. He seems pretty good at that. Seems to be like his flow. You know, he has a good flow on that one. So yeah, I think that other than that, it's right now it's just trying to duplicate myself, delegate as much as possible. And I'm just getting hungry, but I can make it, that lamb tikka masala. All right, thank you all. Later. All right, so we're about to head to a showing and then call it a day. Randy can get back and eat his tikka masala. All right. Hey y'all, all right, so we're in Laurel, beautiful community here, fairly new houses. This is a townhouse, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath for $482,900 and built in 2020. Fairly new. Basement area. Got a garage. 2-car garage. Got your utility room. Utility room again. Living room area, kitchen, open concept, diner here. All right, it's nice. Restroom, bath. Yeah, you can go upstairs. Yeah. Master. Yeah, very nice master. Yeah. Got to look at the comps, but you know, 480 something is a little bit high. So you're paying for the newer build. Couple of days on the market. How long has it been on the market here? Okay, so they have the open house on the 31st. Yeah, I think it's decent. You know, you're paying a little bit more extra for the newer build, if that's what you wanted to do. But I think it's so they have an open house on that. I don't know how many days on the market, but I mean, decent house. No complaints.
Get the neighbor on.
All right, so we're here at another townhouse, 285,000, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, about 1,050 square foot. So let's take a look inside and see what 285,000 gets you in Laurel. We're still in Laurel. All right, so we open up the main gate, and this is actually, you know, almost like condo styles. So they have multiple units like a condominium. And so we're gonna be here, and it's very interesting. All right, yeah. All right, let's have a look. 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo. Interesting. This is the eat-in area. Kitchen area. Oh yeah, primary. Yeah. Interesting. All right, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 285. Good starter. Obviously needs just some paint jobs. Yeah. Andrew was saying updated. Yeah, 285. That's a good starter one. I mean, you know, it's a good starter, right? It's a good starter. Obviously, 60 days on market, so you can probably get that down a little bit further. Yeah, I think that that's not bad. You know, minor cosmetics. It's not a big place. You know, only let's say 1,000 square feet, but start a home, get yourself a little bit wet. If you even wanted to rent this thing out, right? Buy it, rent it out, and take it from there. So.